welcome back to another Garcia Talk. Who am I here with?
My name is Elias.
And I'm Rylan. So let's just get a little intro about Elias. Like, can you introduce yourself? Like, what can you say?
Sure, so I said, I'm Elias, I go to iPoly, and I'm a junior. I'm happy to be here.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. So, everyone wants to know the big question. What does Elias do for fun?
Okay, well, I like exercising a lot, like running, I like hitting side quests so I can build my dad lore, and I just like working on myself, like picking up new skills, stuff like that.
So is there any like what type of so you said you do running? Do you like work out? Are we bulking? Are we
Yeah,
bulking for bulking
okay,
season?
okay. So I've actually been on a lean bulk for the past 2 years,
2 years?
I've gained 40 pounds, but like it's gradual. So, I never had a fat stage.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, unless you find like some photo of me when I was
okay.
like chubby.
So I thought I thought you did have one though.
I don't know. You wanna maybe flash a photo on the screen?
We'll see. We'll see if I want to do all that editing. We'll see. But everyone wants to know, how did we meet? Like, how did me and Elias meet?
Okay. So I actually vividly remember this.
Huh?
Shut up. So I actually vividly remember this. So do you remember what was first semester freshman year called? Expeditions Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was the guy doing the slides. And I DM'd you on like I think Instagram or something like that. And well, no. It was like Discord or something, bro. When I like used to use that.
It probably was Discord.
Yeah. And I DM'd you. You had like I think a photo of like the Batman as your profile picture. I remember. And I DM'd you.
Freak?
I don't know. I got this memory, bro. And I'm all like, hey, oh yeah, because I really didn't want to mess up on anybody's slides.
Oh,
like,
no, I heard.
Like I remember I was because I got the schedule, and I was just like asking like anybody from any group to find out like
when do you want me to flip the slide?
Yeah. So I was asking, yo, tell your group members a queue. So I forgot what was your
Mine was Australia.
Yeah. So I must have seen
Queensland. Shout out.
If you're watching in Queensland, you know. But I checked the schedule and I was like, oh, Ryland's here. Okay. So I found you like on there, and I DM'd you and I'm like, yo, do you have a queue that you want to use, And I forgot what queue you said, but you're like, yeah, sure, I'll tell my group. And then I remember you posted on your story like a few minutes later and you're like, you screenshotted the messages and you're like, yo, whoever this is, thank you. And then I responded and I'm like, yeah, that's me.
I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to remember last night because I was doing my notes. I was like hearing a buzzer beater. I was like up at like 2 a.m. trying to do my notes, and I was like, how did we even meet? Because sometimes I don't remember, but I forgot it was because of that. I forgot you did the slides.
Yeah, and then
I feel bad now.
No, it's good, bro. It's good. I talk to people and they're like, what? How do you remember that? Because like, I'll remember like somebody from like when I was like 5 years old that I met.
Bro?
I know, bro. I was just having a conversation with someone and they're like, why do you remember that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Do you have like, wait, what's that one thing where you could like see something and like you can remember it?
No, like photographic memory or something.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had that. No, if I did, I would never study. But
hey, I still don't study. But
okay.
I'm sorry, Mom. But I want to know. We're gonna get a little deeper. So, how would you describe Elias Bada in 3 words? I ask everyone this on the show.
3 words, okay. I'd say that I'm curious. Like, I don't know. I like learning stuff. Like, not on some nerdy stuff, but like I think it's interesting to learn new stuff, learn about people, learn about my surroundings. I would say ambitious because
that's a good one. That's a big word.
I do like going after what I'm interested in, and really making me think, Mr. Garcia.
I can go because like I can take the mic away. I can
sure. Tell me something more, and then maybe I'll get back to you on that 3rd word.
All right. So let me get. I would say I'm pretty. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, no.
I think I'm very demure.
Bro. I keep seeing these. Okay. You guys know those Instagram notes that say demure?
Yeah.
Everyone says they're pink. I swear they're white. They're white, bro. You can't tell me
they're
otherwise.
pink.
No, they're white.
See that? They're actually pink.
They're white.
No, they're pink. I'm being so serious. That's because you're not demure.
Okay.
If you're demure, you would see it.
I still don't know. Does it mean like cute or something? I don't know what it means.
Demure means it's like Sigma, but like for girls.
Oh, okay. So like
But
You'd
more
say
like
what the
feminine.
demure instead of like what the sigma.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know what the mirror means.
Wait. Maybe we should like search it up right now.
Oh, yeah, you can pull it up. Pull it up right now.
Okay. Wait. Do I have the Garcia Wi-Fi though? Like.
Oh shoot, do I need to go?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
should have given you the Wi-Fi.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
But I'd say I'm demure. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I'm very I'll go cutesy. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go for real though. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna say ambitious too. You
Okay.
know, I think I said that last time. I'm trying to, because I have to think of new words every time. I think LeBron. You know, LeBron's a big staple of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna get. I'd say kind. You know, not kind. Talkative. I think talkative's good. 'Cause I feel
Talkative,
like
but
I
in a
talk
good
a
way
lot.
though. In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
Hmm.
I don't know if my teachers would agree to that though.
Yeah. I was. Yeah. Yeah. Your favorite subject, you know. But
I never got actually. I only got kicked out once in that class.
only once.
Yes, because I'm not gonna say who, because we're talking about Fortnite,
Okay.
and then we got in trouble and we got kicked out.
Bro, I think she just was mad that you didn't invite her to play, you know.
Yeah, I think she wanted to play Fortnite.
Mhm.
Oh, also for everyone that didn't know, me and Elias were in a project group before, and we've been
Yeah.
in multiple groups.
Oh yeah. So first semester sophomore year,
Yeah.
and then mock trial.
Yeah, mock trial. Yeah.
Okay. And back to that third word, I would
Oh, you got it. Shoot,
I would
okay.
describe myself as honest. Like
Honest? Why?
Yeah.
Why honest?
well, I don't know. Like I don't think I'm one to like always express how I feel, even though I have no problem doing so.
Mhm.
But when I do, like I don't really feel the need to like, you know,
Like lie?
yeah, like you know,
That's good though.
Yeah.
No, that's a good. I mess with that. That's a mess.
Mhm.
Is that a green flag? Let me know.
I don't know. I'm sure I got a lot of other negative attributes, but you know, these
Hey,
are
you gotta be positive.
these are
Come
three
on.
ones that like I'd associate with myself. Yeah.
I think I feel like you're kind of a food enthusiast. You know, as some people may say.
A food enthusiast?
Yeah.
How so?
I wanna-
Okay.
I want to know. Let's say you're on death row, right? Right.
Okay.
You gotta have a meal, so you gotta get a main dish, side dish, a bev, and a dessert. What are you getting? Like what is a death row meal?
Okay. I like this question a lot, actually.
Really? Okay.
Okay, so
And
for my main course, right? My main course, I'm gonna say fettuccine alfredo with chicken.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay.
I love fettuccine alfredo. For my side, I like broccoli. You know, I know that might be an unpopular take. I know I've been criticized for this in the past, but I do enjoy broccoli.
No, I rock with broccoli. Freak. Broccoli.
Yeah.
Are we getting beef broccoli or just regular broccoli? Let me know.
Mm,
Are we doing like kind of fried broccoli?
fried broccoli. I don't think I've ever had fried broccoli. Does
No,
that
fried-
even
it's like
exist?
it's like cooked broccoli.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe steamed broccoli.
Oh,
I do
steamed.
mess with steamed broccoli. For the drink, I don't know. Should I go? Oh, well, I'm gonna die, so I'm just gonna choose something unhealthy. You know.
Okay, go.
I like root beer. I know there's a lot of root beer haters. I don't understand
Root beer
you.
is crazy.
You don't mess with
I don't rock
root beer.
with root
What?
beer.
What? Bro, you just called me with the crazy.
Root
Bro.
beer, really?
Bro, I hope you know by that voice crack. That's how
That's
surprised
so
I am.
surprised you.
Back to your question about the soda.
Yeah, my bad.
I do. I guess I've become more conscious of like what I'm like consuming more because like I know like what effects it can have.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to like cut back on like certain things like soda. But if I could, I probably would have soda like all the time. But
Nah,
Mhm.
I mess with that because like I think you mentioned before like how you kind of like went like you kind of transformed. I guess I'll say like when you-
transformed is crazy.
like you started like exercising, like working out more.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, is there anything you want to say about that? Like any like comments? Like, let's say someone were to like ask you about it. Like, what would you tell them?
Like for advice or just like my.
Are we gatekeeping? Are we gatekeeping that information?
I don't know. I think it depends on like what you want. Like I'm never gonna like say, like I feel like it's probably not obvious that I work out. Like just looking at me, but like you know I do enjoy it. But I don't know. Maybe if someone asked me for advice, you know, I've given some to a few people, but I feel like it's very niche, specialized. You know.
So you lean bulk, right?
Yeah. So I've been doing it for the past 2 years. When I came to iPoly, I was 90 pounds. I'm serious.
Same height?
No. So I mean,
Dang, 90?
when I came to iPoly, I was like 5'5", 5'6" ish,
And 90 pounds?
and 90 pounds. So
Yo.
yeah, it was not good, and I still have like a lot of things to improve on. You know, I'm still trying to gain more.
Mhm.
I don't think at a weight that I want to be. That doesn't mean that I'm not content with where I am. But like I came to poly, I was like 90 pounds, bro, and now I still got stuff to improve on. I'm about 135 to 140 now, so I've gained a lot of weight, and I'm proud of it.
Pure muscle right here, pure machine.
I don't know.
Is this the next Captain America? Let me know.
Perchance.
What would you say is your proudest achievement though? Like I feel like it's on the topic of like how you exercise and how you do stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you say what's the crown jewel that you've done? Jewel?
I don't know. I think that's a good question. I think I would pride myself on my academic performance. Like,
academic weapon right here.
I'm trying to work on being like a well-rounded person. Sometimes I lack that, honestly, in a bit of a social aspect, because I feel like sometimes I can be a little bit unbalanced. But generally, I do prioritize school more than anything, and I feel like a lot of people have like a certain like stereotype of me in their head, if that's the right word. Like they think that like that's all I care about, and it's something that I definitely do care about. But I feel like
that's not what you want to be known for.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that I have a problem with it, but I feel like it's kind of over glorified to a degree, because like I feel like people have this one perception, and they think that I'm like super smart for some reason.
What?
And I think you're super wouldn't smart. Say I'm not gonna say that I'm like dumb, No, I wouldn't say that. But I feel like most of that just comes from hard work, Like, and I'm not even trying to self-glaze right now,
Mamba mentality,
right? But I feel like, and this even goes outside of academics. Like, I just feel like, I guess I pride myself on my work ethic for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's my greatest achievement.
Shoot, no, I mess with that because I understand that kind of like way you think.
Yeah.
Just because, like the first two, because high school is probably gonna be like, that's what a lot of people talk about. I don't want to say like high school is gonna be my prime. Like no, like I don't want that.
Yeah.
It's just like I always wanted to like, because middle school I prioritize school like a lot.
Were you that straight A student?
I almost got straight A's one time. I had a 3.9, but math sold me. I ended with it. No, this makes me mad to this day. To this day, I did 89.99. And then I tried asking, hey, can I get bumped up, please? Like, I'm basically there. Like, she was like, nah. So I ended up with 3.9. I could have had a 4.0 GPA.
See, I actually relate to you heavy on this, okay? So
What happened?
In 4th grade, okay? In 4th grade, I had a teacher named Miss Diaz, okay? Miss Diaz, if you're watching this, you're an up, okay?
What happened?
After that day, I vowed to get straight A's forever, bro.
Wait, what happened?
I got a 89.9 in math too.
In math,
subject? Yes, bro, we're twins. I was 9 years old. I got like, I honestly don't even remember how they did the grading system like in elementary, honestly. But I remember I ended up with like an 89.9, and I didn't get that A. And we had something called like Principal's Honor Roll. Like at that time, it was like an award for if you got like straight A's, and I didn't get it, and I'm like, no.
You're like that. You're so close.
Yeah. So after that day, I made a vow to myself, like Batman. I'm Batman. I made a vow to always get straight A's, and yeah.
That's crazy. So you always been a straight A student ever since 4th grade?
Yeah. After 4th grade,
Ooh.
I fumbled in 4th grade. I made it
after that.
Technically, I made that vow in like 3rd grade. But then I fumbled because I got the 89.9 in 4th grade.
Nah, but it was like after like the middle school stuff, I was like, maybe I should try like having, because I wasn't that like social. A lot of people are surprised about this. If you know me, I wasn't like crazy social in middle school. I was kind of awkward. So then when I went to poly, I was like kind of like weird. I was like, bro, like this is so goofy. Like I didn't even want to go.
Okay.
I think I tell a lot of people this is I always try to fail. I tried failing the because for our school we had to take like an entrance exam, math exam, and an essay, right?
Yeah, and then an interview, right?
Yeah, an interview. So in the interview, I was low-key trolling.
You were
like,
trolling.
Like they were asking me, the person was asking me like, like what do you want to do later on in life? I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know. Really? And then they would ask me like random question. I'll try selling. I'll be like, yo, I low-key don't even know. And then on top of that, I didn't even know it. My Wi-Fi was tweaking out during my interview. Like it was like terrible.
Yeah.
But then my mom told me that I was on the wait list originally, I was like 300.
What?
I was like 300 because I signed up like really late.
Okay.
So it was like something like that. And then my mom told me like, oh, because of your grades in middle school, you're actually like you're gonna be in the school now. So I was like, frick, because like the math section, I was like, I did eeny meeny miny mo. I'm so for
Are you
real.
serious, bro?
I did eeny
I
meeny miny
try
mo.
harded on that.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you get?
I got 100. Cause I applied early actually.
Really?
Yeah. So I got in like I took the test in November. But I think I was gonna get in regardless because I actually have a brother who went here, and apparently there's like some system where if you have like a sibling in.
Yeah.
So, but I remember I had a teacher in 8th grade. She was really nice. I really liked her. She was my math teacher, and you know what? Do you remember they gave us like a sheet of everything you need to know for the math thing?
I think so.
There was like a whole list. And I remember I was like, what? I did not learn any of this stuff. So I went to my math teacher and I'm like, hey, I need help so I can get in. And she taught me out of her own like time, like, you know, not paid or anything. Yeah, like after school, not paid or anything, you know.
Shout out to her.
Yes, bro. Shout out Miss Jordan Terry. You know, she helped me a lot. And yeah, so I tried hard on that test. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people for like, especially the math test. Not to bash, it was like because you took it really early on, like you said November. Because I think I took mine January or December.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of stuff people didn't even learn yet.
Yeah, I did not know
and
like
people like learned it after.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you learn it after like the stuff on the thing?
Yes, I think I learned most of it after. Like,
yeah,
I looked at the sheet and I only knew like I think maybe half of that stuff before. So I did not know the other half at all. So I had to learn it all in like a month or something.
You know, kind of since we're already talking about school, let's like diverge this into more like, kind of our school questions that I have prepared. So I want to know like what's your favorite class? Like what subject are we rocking with the most?
Okay, like, I love history.
History, really?
I love history. Yeah, it's by far my favorite subject. I feel like that's like a normal answer. Like I feel like most people don't say math, and I don't blame them. You know, English I like writing. I just don't like writing when I'm being told what to write. You know,
like being forced to write something.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be honest, I like reading, but I don't really want to read like a book that I'm told to read. You know.
Bro's not jacking it with the Lord of the Flies.
Actually, I did mess with Lord of the Flies. Like,
really?
I like the concept. I guess the stuff that I don't like is that old English like writings. Like, I did not like the Odyssey, bro.
Odyssey was
the
bad.
thou with shall noteth. Like,
I didn't understand it at all.
I just like, for me, it's not that I didn't understand it. It's just I feel like a book you shouldn't have to like kind of. Like, I guess speculation is good from the audience, but I feel like you shouldn't have to, like, guess what the author's trying to tell you just because they, like, you know, they're putting weird wordage in, you know.
I think it's just because, especially, like, you know, the Odyssey, we learned, like, that's, like, a whole different, like, writing style, too. Yeah. You know? But, you know, I actually agree with you. History is my favorite subject, too. Yeah. I used to be a math guy.
You were?
Yeah, until 8th grade.
That was the fallout?
No, I hated math after that. I was like, I am not rocking with math. But then I always rocked with histories, like, especially, like that's why I like 9th grade the most, because of the God Project. That was my favorite project.
Yeah.
Because I rock with, like, I guess, like, myths, like, especially like God myths. You know, I really like those.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why I like history, I'm not sure if it's the same reason you like history, but I think it's cool, and this is gonna sound nerdy, but like, I like, I'm a nerd too, bro. I like thinking about like the past, and not even like how it affects today. Just knowing, like, that on the same place that we walk, like this happened and that happened and that happened. Like, that's a cool way to think about it. Yeah, because like just think about it, like, you know, before the 1900s, like, you know, this house probably didn't exist, right? Yeah. My house didn't exist. Yeah. A lot of this stuff didn't exist. And, you know, just stuff roamed, like, right past the same floor, you know, that Garcia Talks podcast is on, you know. Some random dude was just walking here. We don't know what happened here.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, someone could have died here, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Even though, like, the layers build and stuff, like, and again, I know this sounds, like, so nerdy, but, like, even though the layers build and stuff, like, this same foundation has been here since, you know, whenever the earth was created. And in that time, like, so many people have probably walked past this very floor. And I just think that's cool.
Oh, you got me thinking. That's
Yeah.
that's a good way to think. That's cool. No, I rock
Yeah.
with that. I rock the way of thinking.
Yeah.
But again, go back on topic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What's like your favorite like thing that happened at iPoly? Like, can you describe your iPoly experience? I just leaked it. Sorry.
So my favorite iPoly experience?
Yeah, or just like you can describe it too, like how you like the school. You know.
I think I'll talk about how I like the school
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's kind of hard to pinpoint like a specific part.
Yeah.
But one part that I do like is being able to go off campus during lunch. Like that, I mean, that's just so much freedom, you know.
Yeah.
But how would I describe iPoly? Well, from the people, like I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of people have like this like perception of iPoly and like how the students are.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll always, oh, you're in that smart school,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of like, oh, this dude got in. I don't know how this guy got in.
How did this person get in, bro?
Yeah. So you know, I feel like a lot of people have this perception of like iPoly, and yeah, it's a small school. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that like we're just like every other high school.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like we're not as obscure as like people try to make it seem out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like we do have a pretty normal group of people. Like I've talked to people that have like transferred out of the school, and one of their like conclusions is mostly that it's kind of just the same types of people. It's just at another school, you know, it's scaled up because there's more students.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I like iPoly just because it's more of like a community of people. Like, you know, obviously people are gonna have their own friend groups and stuff like that. But when you really like take it down, it's always like I could go up to someone and talk to them about something and go up to someone else. Like it's like everyone knows each other. Like everyone's like cool with each other to like some of a degree.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like, I mean, I feel like there's definitely groups here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard people say that they feel like there's not really cliques or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that there's a clique, but I would say that there's like, I mean, there's obviously friend groups.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's like a lot of like intersection in that, I guess you could say, because I feel like, you know, this person might hang out with this person, but they might also go and hang out with that person. Like, you know, stuff like that. But I think one good thing is everybody feels somewhat more comfortable talking to everyone. I feel like maybe that's a bit of an assumption, but that's my takeaway mostly.
No, I take away that too, just because like I feel like, you know, like even someone that's may not like be like talkative, you know, they're always gonna have like their little friend group, and like you know, even at that, people can still like go up to them and talk to them, because you know, I feel like a lot of people at our school, like they're very, you know, there's like it's kind of well balanced if you really think about it. You know, obviously there's gonna be like loud people, but also like there's gonna be quiet people that like even still, you know, talk to like even those loud people.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to think about it. I feel like at this school specifically, and maybe other schools too, because like I said, as I just said, I feel like we're not as different as people think. You know, we are. I feel like a lot of people are able to talk to, you know, this person, but then they'll also be able to talk to this person with a completely different personality. Like, you know, with my friend group, you know, I'll talk to them, and then I'll go talk to, you know, someone who is completely different from myself or my friends, you know. So, yeah.
You know, so at iPoly, there's something called houses, you know. So I think that, you know, so houses is kind of like classes, and then you're supposed to keep those like the whole entire year, but sophomore year we kind of switched because we kind of messed up on the houses. So what would you say is your favorite house? Like what is Elias's favorite house?
Okay, this is a nice question. Okay, well, I feel like it's too early to say for this year, but so far I'm gonna make an assumption. Maybe this is not, you know, number one. I would say that. You know, I'm like
no hate to everyone in his house.
No, like I like it, but I feel like I've also had a house that I like more. You know, so I would not say that my current one, but there's still room for that to change. Right?
Okay, what would you rank it then? So like, let's go. So you've been in 5. So what would that go?
Okay, so I would rank. Ooh, okay. Should I start from like the start?
Here, I'm gonna say okay. So freshman year, first semester. What house were you even in?
I was in South.
You were in South?
Yeah. I was in
East.
No, I was in South. And I remember everyone would say, "Oh, I don't know anybody in South," and
I said that. I said that.
Look, I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say who. But there's still people to this day that were in OG South freshman year that I talk about, and people will say who. Like to this day, I'm not gonna say who because that's rude, and those people are honestly nice people. But I guess there was some truth to it. I think people didn't even know who I was. I don't think people even knew I existed until the
Sophomore year.
maybe
Actually,
or
no.
the Expeditions Unlimited presentation because we did presentations and
I
then
remember.
people. I feel like that was the exposure to most people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say the OG South freshman year.
Yeah. Where would you go? Out of 5. So like, where would that go?
Give me I'd give it top 2.
Top 2,
I
really?
put 2. No,
So put out 2.
but
We'll
it's
put
for
out
a
2. We'll
different.
put
It's
out
put it
2.
at a different reason.
Put out 2.
It's for a different reason. It's because that's where I feel like I met my friends that I still rock with to this day.
Oh.
So I credit that a lot.
How about freshman year, second semester?
That's number 1.
That's number 1?
That's number 1.
For real, second
Bro,
semester?
that house was great, bro.
Oh, you
We were
got all my
stacked.
homies, huh?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. So I liked the people in the house, and also part of it is I think I also just liked the project. Like I liked making the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
the
cool.
movie was fire. No,
Like I was
that one too.
honestly like pretty stressed doing that.
Mhm.
Cause like we got like so many scenes or like shots.
What movie did you get?
I got Legally Blonde, and I was
Oh.
not happy about that. But I got like I think 70 to 80 shots. Yeah, yeah. And we had to like share we had to record in the NPR, and there were other groups that needed the NPR. So and there was all these scheduling issues. Like I talked to yeah. So yeah. No, he did good though.
Yeah.
I know he had a lot on his plate. But yeah, there were some scheduling issues and also time crunches, like trying to get like 40 people in because it was like a jury scene, right?
Yeah.
So we had to get like a ton of people in the audience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my end credit scene had like 26 people credited.
Oh my gosh.
Like 26 people I think. So we had like so many people in the crowd and trying to get all of them to like do the right thing at that point. It was like
it was bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Well, I think you really liked your project group that year.
I did.
Especially 40 minutes doing makeup. I feel like
that was your
favorite.
40 minutes doing makeup.
No, that was your favorite part of the project group.
Oh yeah, one time I got mad, bro. I said that.
Did you crash out?
I don't know if it's a crash out, but
were you like you were upset though, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
It's so funny.
But like, I honestly hold like zero grudges, and I actually did like my group. Like, I know maybe they might have like
some bad blood for you.
Maybe if they do, that's completely okay. I would say though, huh?
No, obviously he's joking though. Like
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So I like my group. I feel like they all did their thing, and I can't really complain.
I know inside he's mad right now.
No,
all right, let's go. Sophomore year, sophomore year, first semester. What would you put that? Remember your project group.
Wait, I'm forgetting my Oh wait! That's you. Why did I? Okay.
You forgot about me.
Okay, I know I just said that I have a good memory. I just blanked for a second. It was you actually. I think that was probably my favorite group, or second favorite group. I don't know. It was either freshman year, second semester. Like I said, I have no problem. See, I like that group too, right? It was either that one or it feels like we're talking about NBA teams, like or sophomore year, first semester. I like that one. So
where would you put? I know. I think. Did you like our house?
Yeah, and that I think that leads into the topic. I put that 3. I'll put that 3.
The 3? Really?
Yeah, that's the top 3. So now, right, I'd say.
So we're the last 2. So that's second semester, sophomore year, and now.
Okay.
Well, you were in my house.
I would put. Oh, this is tough. I honestly could go either way for sophomore year, second semester, or first semester this year.
Really? That one was that sophomore year, second semester is that low?
I didn't dislike it. It's just like.
It was just whatever.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not
combo pack.
Yeah, it was fine. I wouldn't complain about anyone. But I liked other houses more for sure. Okay. So I would put.
He wouldn't complain about no one.
I would put. I would put second semester sophomore year
4,
five.
5. Oh,
Five.
then really now you put now in your top 4.
I'm optimistic, I would
Oh, so
say
you have high hopes
I
for
have
this.
I have high hopes, I would put this 4, but it has room to go, 5 or higher, like
Mm.
I would say that. I would say that.
I feel like now our houses are like well balanced somewhat. I feel
Wait,
like
what house are you in? Sorry.
I'm in north.
How
Oh
do you
no,
like
I'm in
that?
west. I'm in west.
How do you like it?
It's calm. It's calm.
Calm?
It's
Calm?
calm. It's calm.
Really? I saw the people in West, and it seems it's pretty stacked. I thought it would not be calm.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I don't remember, but I remember I saw people. I was like, oh, West House looks cool, Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like right now it's just like kind of calm. I like it just because it's like I don't have like a lot of my homies in that one,
Okay.
so I can like focus on my work. Because I told myself like
You're locked
freshman
in?
year and sophomore. Yeah, I'm locked in. I told myself freshman year and sophomore year, I was like, I'm just gonna mess around this whole entire time.
Oh.
Like I'm like obviously I'm gonna do my work,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm gonna try to have like fun. Like I don't want to just focus only on school,
Yeah.
solely on school.
Yeah.
I hated
You
it.
hated it.
So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have fun. And then since college is now look
Mhm.
at this, I gotta lock in on this one.
I actually really respected you as a group member in first semester. Wait, no, first semester sophomore year.
Uh-huh.
Because even though I did not forget about the brochure situation, bro. The brochure situation, we will not talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, you might have fumbled the bag there, but one thing that I really appreciate about you was the fact that you always
Responded.
you always did it, and you always did your work. Like, you never tried to get out of doing your work. Even if the quality might have been
Might have been terrible.
a little questionable at times. I just really respect the fact that you actually did it. Yeah, I can't complain. Everyone asks me, or not everyone, but I've been asked before. Oh, you had Rylan in your group. How was that at? And like I said, I was like, he was a good group member. And they're like, really? And I'm like,
Bro,
and
I
I'm
don't know. No, I swear, like the misconception of me being like a terrible group member, like I wouldn't say I'm bad. I would say like what you said. Um, it's like true. Like obviously, like the quality won't be like great,
it's Timu.
but it's like doo doo. But like at least I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like because I always like work on like it's like as long as you get, because I have this time like mindset. It's like if you get it done, like that's all that kind of matters. Like at least you got, like, it doesn't have to be great, but at least you got it done. Because some people, I'm not gonna say who, but I don't think. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna say something,
Yeah.
but like it might not be great, but at least you still got it done. Like at least you did it and you didn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Or like complained about it.
Yeah, and also I feel like you honestly were just like really positive spirited, and I feel like that's something that I really appreciate in like the project setting, because I feel like there's a lot of stress that can go on, and then you're always like, oh, don't worry, So I think that you brought good energy to the project group. See, Rylan Garcia is Elias approved as a group member.
No, because I feel like the misconception comes from because I don't know if you also thought this, but I heard it from like everyone. I was like kind of like hated and like was like more like people saw me as annoying.
Really?
Freshman year.
Really?
Because
okay. I think I heard something, but I didn't believe that.
I'm not gonna say hate, but like especially in South House, everyone like I found out like half of South House thought I was like loud and annoying.
Really?
Like freshman year, and I was like, bro, like I went to that was like the loudest one. And
oh yeah.
So like everyone was like, oh bro, like Rylan's like annoying. He's so loud, this and that.
My idea of you before I had you in a project group, and I know you're probably gonna think this is crazy. I didn't think that you were annoying at all, but I considered you like I know at iPoly it doesn't really exist so much, but this is how I thought at the time. I considered you one of the popular people.
I keep getting that.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps saying that.
And honestly, to this day, I would say that even if it's kind of the lines are blurred to a degree, like I feel like you're probably one of the most well known. I feel like that's a better word than popular. Like,
no, because I feel like because iPoly is such a small school, it's really hard to say like these people are the popular ones, this and that. But I don't know. Everyone keeps saying that. I'm like, what? Like word? Like, because even like because my mom, like obviously like she has like patients that come from our school, right? And then go to her. Apparently, they also said that I was like popular too. Like I'm not trying to glaze myself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, bro, like what? Like I didn't even think like all that, you know.
I feel like I've actually heard this like with a lot of people. Like the people that others perceive to be like popular, they themselves don't even like realize that. So maybe, you
I
know.
know.
But
Maybe it could be something like that.
yeah. But I feel like sometimes the word popular, and again, the lines are blurred still. But um, I don't think it's like a negative thing at all. It's just like when I thought of Rylan in freshman year, it's not like I thought, oh, he's one of the popular people.
He's
You
one
know?
of those.
It's just like, oh yeah, he's
Ah.
popular. You know, like it
Yeah.
wasn't anything negative. Like I knew nothing about you, so yeah.
He said I wasn't a bully.
Yeah, bro. I
Mm.
like you know those stereotypes in like those high school movies, like the big like, and they're played by like some 30-year-old in
Yeah.
real life, and they're like blonde, and they just like slam you into a locker.
Bro, just describe Karate Kid.
Yeah, Cobra Kai,
Cobra-
Mr. Miyagi.
No, Titano-san.
So yeah, that was how I perceived it. And then I remember you wanted to be when you know those Google forms that you have to fill out, and it's like who would you want in your group. And I remember everyone was trying to put like Seth or something, and then you
Oh.
wanted Seth, but then you were like, oh wait, everyone's gonna want Seth. And then you looked at me and you were like, Elias, would you be mad if you were in my project group? And I think I was just like, no, but like I didn't have like a real opinion on it.
Wait, when was that for sophomore year, right?
Sophomore year, first semester, we were sitting.
Oh, for project groups, huh?
Yeah, we were doing the forums, and I remember it was like, who would you want in your group?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you were like, Elias, can I put you? And I didn't even know anything about you, but I was like, okay, you know.
No, okay. Also like, cause I was thinking about it. Cause I remember you, cause like, this is my conception of you.
Yeah.
I thought like you were like this, like you know, like one of the smart kids, you know.
Okay.
You know, like I thought you were like one of like, you know, obviously I still think this now,
Mhm.
like big brain type of stuff. So I was like, okay, low key, let me get like, cause obviously like I wasn't. How to put this like a nice way? Like, you know, I just wanted someone smart in the group, you know, because obviously like.
Were you gonna say you wanted a carry or not?
I was gonna say carry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I wanted a little carry.
That's something that I actually do not like, bro. That's something I
Really?
don't like. Yeah. But I mean, I don't feel like that ended up happening. Like that's why that's my favorite group, I would say. Because I feel like nobody carried in that group. Honestly, I feel like everyone did their thing. Like I think Hannah did a great job. I think Crystal did one. I think I did. And even though you slacked sometimes, you still did it, and that's something that
I got it
appreciate.
done.
Yeah. Like you would never say that I considered you. I would never call you a procrastinator. I guess that's what I would say. Yeah.
What did we get? Like did we get A or a B?
Okay, so on the what's that video we had to do?
Oh, the
Commercial ad.
Yeah, something like that.
We got like I think a low A, but still an A.
Okay,
Then
so say 91.
What was the next one? It was like
Capsule.
the capsule.
Oh no, the budget.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
that was individual. That was individual.
The budget. I think I got individually. I got 100 on that.
I got 100 too.
Okay,
Something like that.
then the video. I think we got like a 93. It was like a low A, but not an A minus.
Mhm.
And then was it the
we got
capsule?
the
Capsule.
We got the
We
highest.
got the highest grade in the grade. I think we tied with someone else's group though. We got a
Someone
90.
West.
We got a 98.
Yeah.
And we decided not to distribute. So I think all of us got the 98.
Yeah.
And then
Thank God for that.
there's one more after that, right?
Instagram.
Insta-
No. That was part capsule.
Yeah.
Last one was
The last one was the World Fair, but
instrument.
We got. I'm pretty sure we got 100 on that. Yeah.
No, I felt bad for instrument because okay, Elias wanted to do it all by himself, but we offered, hey, we'll help you with you. You were like, no, ISO. You waved us all off. You literally waved us all off and you said ISO.
I don't think
you did it all yourself.
I don't think I was opposed to the idea. I remember we were talking about like meeting up at my house, like in my garage. Or I remember that. I know this is really random, but we were talking about this one abandoned.
The barn, yeah.
This abandoned place, this huge property near my
Yeah.
house, and we were because
you're sending photos. That's why.
Yeah, and you just remind me of the dance. Remember for PE, the dance. Oh no, no, that
Did I
was.
carry?
Yeah, you carried. Yeah, he carried that component. Yeah, that dance was insane. So I looted that abandoned place for like these PVC pipes,
Yeah.
and then I like spray painted them silver. Was it, or what was it? I don't remember, but
I don't
it was like some.
Oh no, it's a tin. You used a cookie tin. And then you used the plywood. You got
No,
plywood.
that was for the instrument. I'm talking about the dance.
Oh, oh yeah, you looted PVC
Yeah,
pipe.
so I looted those PVC pipes, and it was like some Egyptian like ritual dance, and I'm not gonna reenact it. I don't think you want to either.
No, I don't want to reenact it.
but yeah. So that was that component, and then you carried on that one, and then for the instrument, I was saying we could work at that place, or we could work somewhere at my house. But honestly, I just realized that it was just easier to do it like
by yourself.
Yeah. And then after that, I think that was the World Fair presentation. Or am I missing
What
something?
did we get on World Fair?
I think we got like we got an A, but I think it was like a 94 to 96, something like that.
Oh, so it's like a
flat A. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I forgot. I never. I don't remember what we got.
I wouldn't. That project is not my favorite one, but it is my favorite group though, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the movie one is my favorite project.
That's my favorite too, yeah.
And I still liked my group there, but it was not my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, we're his favorite group. Whoever said Legally Blonde, take that. I'm his favorite.
That group was still good though. Yeah.
Okay, but I think one, if roses are red, why are violets blue? I feel like since you're such a smart person, you should be able to answer this one.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Is there
why are violets blue?
Why are violets blue?
Are they even blue? Or are they purple?
I don't know, bro. Okay, this is actually never mind. I was gonna go on a side tangent, but
go on it. We want to know.
No, bro. Okay, I had this debate with this one girl, and when I was like 5. Okay, in kindergarten, that we had this crayon box. Okay.
Okay.
And it was like, oh wait, never mind. It wasn't even violet, bro. It was indigo. And I was convinced that indigo was
purple,
blue, I think, or purple. I forgot which side I took. But I was debating this one girl named Annie or something, and I hated Annie. I had beef with her later on, but she thought it was one color, and I thought it was the other one. Even though I think indigo is like a mix of both, right? That's what it is. And yeah, but I mixed it up with violet for a second. But So you're asking why our violets are blue?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Come on, you're not giving me a lot of work with your.
I don't know. Like, maybe they just decided to be that way, you know? Like, honestly, I feel like you're being really discriminatory right now. Because
what? How? What?
Like, I just feel like you're being really discriminatory.
Are you clip farming? Are you clip farming right now? What is going on here?
No, bro. I feel like you're discriminating, bro.
How am I discriminating?
You ever think that maybe it just wanted to be blue?
No.
Like,
no.
So you're saying that maybe it doesn't want to be blue.
It doesn't want to be. It doesn't have to be blue.
It doesn't have to be blue.
I don't approve of it being blue. I'll go up one.
Okay, bro. I think that's some hater behavior.
No. It's not.
So Rylan.
All right. So the people want to know. We want to know the risk questions here. Everyone wants to know what is Elias Bada's go-to pickup line? Let's say you see a baddie in front of you. You go up to them. You be like, "What are you hitting them with?"
I'm gonna be honest. I'm still gonna give you the answer.
Okay.
But I don't even do any pickup lines, obviously.
Oh, he's too risky for that.
No, because I don't even approach anyone. Like.
Okay, but if you were to, let's say like they're 10 out of 10, and you look at them, you like you fall in love with them, and you have to say something. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'd probably say something really simple and lame. Like I would probably just say hi. But then it wouldn't. I feel like it would be kind of unique to the situation, because what I would do is if I'm in public and like there's something going on, right? Then I'd probably build off of that. You know, like if we're in a certain situation, like I might ask about like what's going on there.
Okay, pretend I'm a girl. Ready?
You have to do that. No, you have to like. Wait, aren't I doing the one doing the pickup line though?
Yeah, no, you're gonna. Yeah, I'm be chilling here.
Okay.
So pretend. Well, just close your eyes. Envision like the person. Ready? So they're Asian. They have a middle part.
Okay.
They're wearing Crocs. They have black shorts on. A Toronto Raptors jersey. They have a middle part. Close your eyes. They're kind of cute. Kind of very demure.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Okay,
we'll start the simulation. Go.
Okay. So what you doing on Garcia Talks today?
No, I'm a girl. I'm not.
I know, but you're a girl in Garcia Talks right now. Because remember, I said that I do it based off of the situation I'm in.
Oh!
So what you doing on Garcia Talks? You know?
Oh, that one's good. That's good. That's good.
Is that sufficient?
No, that's sufficient is crazy. Are you hitting with a sufficient raise? What does sufficient mean?
does submission riz mean?
I don't know.
But yeah. I don't know. Would that girl's name happen to be Rylan Garcia though?
No, they would. I think is my name gender neutral?
No.
No, is it not
No,
gender
no.
fluent?
No, bro.
Everyone says my name because everyone before I even went to school, people said that they thought I was a girl coming into school.
What?
No, based on my name. Based off of my name.
No. Yeah, I know. Not even based off of that. I don't get that.
Really?
Rylan sounds like
a guy.
I wouldn't say. I mean, masculine is not the right word, but it does sound like a dude's name to me. Because I just think of like, no offense, I do think of Ryan, and then I just think of Rylan. You know? So like,
makes sense.
I don't know.
Okay, another $1 million question everyone wants to know.
Okay.
You know, as a very cute guy yourself, what's your type? Like, what is your type?
I feel so bad because I think I'm giving you like bad answers, but no, because like
what?
I think it's hard to pinpoint that because like
I found personality type of thing.
Huh?
Is it more like a personality type of
no,
thing?
No. Like I still care about that obviously, and I know this is okay. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, because everyone goes like, oh, personality over looks, right? I think there's some validity to that, but I feel like, and I know this might not be a good point, but I think that looks is like the starter, and then personality is what makes you stay. So like
that's agreeable though.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so, but
it's just like more people wouldn't admit it type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point. I feel like everyone feels that way. It's just people won't say it because I think everyone, whether they want to admit it or not, they do care about looks, right?
Yeah.
But looks alone isn't gonna like
take you away. Like
so
seal the deal.
So I feel like, personality is what makes you say for sure. But
so ABGs.
Well, okay. I actually have a story. I actually have a story. So someone, and I'm not gonna name drop, but they did not know what this was literally this past week. They did not know what an ABG was, and then I don't know why I decided to take one for the team. I searched one up on my phone. Like I went to TikTok and I just searched up ABG, and then I gave the phone.
TikTok is great.
And then just to give an example, and then ever since, it's been on my page now. Like I can't get it off. So
do you not know the not interested button?
No. That's what I've been doing. I pressed not interested on like a couple of them, and I still get them. Like and they all have the same bio, bro. 08, 07, Keshi, Bay Area. Okay, all of that stuff, bro.
No, that okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, but to answer your question,
what's the type?
I feel like, well, I don't. Well, I just said that looks do matter to me, but I feel like it doesn't have to be like any type
like specific type of people. It's just
like.
Well, that sounds racist. Wait,
yeah,
specific like. No, don't you take this one.
Well, now you're making me think I'm gonna sound racist. Like I feel like she doesn't have to be like
certain.
Yeah, like I
guess fall under a certain category.
Yes, I guess what I'm getting at is I found like girls of all types, like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually want to know because there's some rumors going around that people have been saying, "Am I an ABB?" Look at me and tell me straight to my face. Be honest with me. Do I look like an ABB?
I don't know, cause like you're making me like think about how you made me close my eyes and envision about like the middle part and like the jersey and everything. I feel like it might not be a diabolical statement to say that you are an ABB. I feel like it might be a reasonable claim.
Am I actually? Do you think I can beat these allegations though?
Okay, wait. Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, honest opinion.
Okay. Well, if we're going off of the stereotype, I would say no. Yes. I would say no.
I don't like Bobo guys.
Like I think sometimes you might just dress like one a little bit, just a little bit, but like personality, like not at all. Like honestly.
No, because like I think off of looks, I think okay, I can see why. Middle part.
Yeah.
Look at me. But also it's kind of like
show them your shoes, right?
I know. What if you like look like that's like a little
with all those characters on it. Ooh.
I don't know. Is that actually ABV?
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, not right now. The fit right now is not like making you look that way. But like just off of like how you interact with people and like even like anything you post or anything, it doesn't.
Does it come off like that?
Yeah, not at all, man. You're good. You're good.
No, I used to like post myself like crazy, but then I realized that, bro, like
But you
this is
did
zesty.
when?
Freshman year I did a lot.
What would you do? Would you just go like? Would you go
It's
like?
mirror. It's like mirror.
Wait,
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, I know. No, I was viewing before viewing was a thing.
Okay, okay.
Bro, I don't know.
Would you take like photos? Oh, you take mirror photos or
Yeah,
anything?
it was a lot mirror.
I think one of them was your profile picture one time,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
But now I stopped, guys.
There's no
I
shame.
locked
There's
in.
no shame.
I locked
you know?
in.
No shame.
But I feel like the $1,000,000 question everyone wants to know: who is young Ali, bro?
Is this Nardwar?
Who is young Ali?
How do you wait? Did I actually talk to you about him before, or was there possibly a source? Because I have a bad memory. Like, okay, I'm actually such a hypocrite and contradicting myself. So I said that I have a good memory, and I say I have a bad memory.
No, you're good, but stop trying to get away from it. Who's young Ali?
I'm gonna tell you. Stop being an impatient little boy. Okay. What I am saying though is sometimes I'll like tell people the same thing multiple times because I forget that I told them. But anyways, Young Ali, go follow him. That is my cousin. So,
It's like his cousin.
yeah, that's my cousin. So he makes fashion content. Like you might see him post like opium fits, or
Does he
like
sell clothes?
I think he does maybe, but he's mostly just sponsored by all the brands.
Oh.
So he gets like the free clothes and then he wears them. He puts them in like videos where he'll be like, "Oh, making a fit inspired by SpongeBob." Or something.
Oh,
and he'll
he's
just
one
like
of those.
yeah,
Oh, that's
or he'll be
cool.
like making a fit like 2000s Kanye. So he'll just like that.
Yeah.
And actually, it's weird to see because all I follow him. He
Yeah.
followed me back. He's my cousin.
Yeah.
So I'll go and I'll watch his videos because I'm not fake.
Yeah.
So I'll watch his videos, and I'll see that someone that I know has liked it, and I'm like, this person has no idea
who this is.
who that I'm related to this dude. Like, but yeah, so that's okay. This is gonna be like those complicated things where it's like my dad's sister's mama's cousin.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, so it's like one of those.
Not well. It's a little bit off. So my dad's. Okay, I'll just say my grandpa's sister's daughter's son. So my grandpa has.
Would that be your second cousin?
Son, I think it's my grandpa. He has a sister.
Grandpa has a sister.
And then he has a daughter.
She has a daughter.
Oh yeah. Okay, so my grandpa has like a sister or brother. Honestly, I forgot. Okay. That sounds bad. And then my grandpa's sibling had a daughter. And then Ali.
And then that's young Ali.
Yeah, the
Dang, that's
young
a
Ali
lot.
is that daughter's son. He's in his 20s. He's pretty genuine dude. Even if you're interested in fashion, even though I go to the comment section and everyone's like calling him like he dresses homeless, or like sometimes they'll be like, oh, this fit is so bad. Who wears this? Because like he'll honestly look, it's fashion. And some of the fits are insane, like genuinely. Like if you saw them on the street, you'd be like, no one wears this.
Is it opium?
Yes, like he'll wear like a 7-inch heel, or sole thing, and then like pants that droop all the way down to the shoe, and then like a black mask that covers his entire face, bro.
Dr. Doom?
No, that is not Dr. Doom, bro. But anyways, yeah. He's very unique. He's very nice. If you are interested in fashion, men's fashion, I should say, because he's not copying a skirt.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. He's worn a skirt in a video. Yeah. So he's
one of those type of guys.
Yeah, like he wears really obscure things. It's pretty unique, whether you like it or don't. So he'll wear like a skirt, but it doesn't come off as feminine, I would say. Like it's definitely something that you'd be like, what? Why are you wearing that? But like,
what is going on
when it's with the rest of his outfit, it just looks like something that's like a piece that's part of it. And he's big on the jewelry and everything. But yeah, young Ali, he is a fashion influencer, and he is my cousin.
I told you to do my research.
Bro, you're Nardwar, bro. I'm scared. Honestly, when you should have asked that, I should have given you like a Nardwar moment and just walked off.
You could have. No, come back! Stop clip farming!
Clip farming, bro.
Alright.
No.
I don't know, but if you have any other questions or any comments you want to say before we wrap things up.
I don't know. I think
Nothing?
I'm all good.
All good?
I'm all good.
Alright. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome back to the next segment. We're going to talk about personal development. So personal development by definition is the activities designed to improve talents, potential, employment, and like even wealth. So just any ways to like to develop yourself personally. There's 5 areas that I've identified when researching about it. There's mental, social, spiritual, emotional, and physical development. But just to kind of get to know you a little bit more, what would you say out of those 5? Which one have you grown in more and why?
I would say mental. I feel like there's been a bit of a back and forth, honestly. I feel like nobody is just perfect progression, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like along the way, there's characteristics that you might have had that you lost along the way, or characteristics that you never had in the first place that you gained along the way. So I feel like that's one of them. Mental.
Mental.
And then you did say emotional, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, I wouldn't say emotional, honestly. I would say physical,
Mhm.
and then I'm sorry, what were the other 2?
Social and spiritual.
Spiritual. I feel like is something that I want to work on more. Um, I do have grounds on that already, but I feel like I do want to build on that.
Mhm.
And then social. I feel like that's another thing that I progressed in some ways, and then regressed in other ways.
If you don't mind me asking, like spiritual, like are you like?
Yeah. So I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of my faith. Whenever
Mhm.
people want to ask me questions, I'm more than happy to talk about them. Um, but I feel like I could be more in touch with my faith.
Oh yeah.
I
I guess
feel
so.
like there's always room to improve, really on any front. But I feel like this is one that I really want to get better at. Like going to mosque more. Um, I'm not really too big on like, even though whenever someone asks me about Islam, I'm more than happy to talk about it. But like I'm never gonna try to like indoctrinate someone into the
Yeah.
faith. And it's not like we're even asked to either. So I don't really talk about it, but I have no problem
Like
talking about it.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess yeah. No, that was really good. Cause like obviously like I feel like I fall in that category too. Like
Yeah.
that's something I've been trying to improve on. Like cause I'm Catholic and I'm trying to
Mhm.
improve, trying to understand my faith more.
Yeah.
And then, but
One thing I feel like everyone should do more is just respecting people's religions.
no, yeah,
Like
100%.
I'll hear people tell me that, and everyone has the right to their own opinion, and I'm
Mhm.
sure that people are just doing, what they feel is right. But like I've had people tell me, even though it really doesn't come up often, but I'll get into discussions and they say that since I'm a Muslim, I'm lost, or like I'm not following the right
That's
one,
no.
and it's kind of like, man,
That's kind of
if
crazy.
you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, if you're anything, if you're Jewish, I have full respect for you. Like
Mhm.
respect for your faith, respect for your beliefs. Like you do not need to say that.
Like yeah.
Like I'm never gonna ask you to like convert. Don't ask me to convert. And I respect what you believe. Respect what I believe too.
We'll say. But I want to know like how would you say you develop kind of mentally and did you say physically?
Physically, yeah, I feel like I kind of touched on this already
Yeah,
in a sense,
about how
because
you're like
yeah,
worked
because I
out more.
mean, one thing I can't even help. I mean, I've grown since I came to Nepali, like
Mhm.
in
Like
height,
height
but
wise.
physically, I'm happy. I mean, you won't catch me being the guy that's gonna go like and there's nothing wrong with it. I have full respect for people that do post their progress, and I obviously do take or like track my progress,
Mhm.
but like I'm not gonna post it,
Yeah,
and I don't have a problem with people that do post it because I support it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I recognize that not everyone's trying to like see that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people do respect that. That's why people make other accounts. That's why people might put someone on like close friends and only post it there.
Mhm.
It's just I don't really post about it. I don't really talk about it. But yeah.
No, because I do respect how I think I mentioned to you how I wanted to start like working out and start bulking more,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you were willing to help me.
Oh yeah. Oh my! You just brought back memory. Yeah, I think first semester sophomore year, you talked to me about like ways to gain
Gain
weight
weight.
without having a fat stage, right?
Yeah,
Or something.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I think I was about to, but then I was like, because I don't have like weights or like stuff like that could like you know
You
help
could.
me out firstly. But I know there's like ways. I'm trying to figure out like different ways I could like
What
figure
ways do you
out.
know off the top of your head? Okay, one thing you could do. I mean, it gets a lot of slack, but like calisthenics. If you push up body weight exercises,
Oh,
push ups. If you have like a pull up bar or something that I used to do when I didn't have one is I'd use my door frame. Just make sure your door is like sturdy,
yeah.
sturdy. Otherwise, you could
You're gonna
damage the
yeah.
hinges. So I used to like do pull ups on my door. There's always a ground to do push ups, and you can
Mhm.
always train that. Um, Honestly, yeah. And one thing that I did, um, I know gyms like Planet Fitness get a lot of slack, but like over the summer they do have a free program.
For
Yeah,
students, no.
yeah, yeah. So if there's one nearby, you can, unless maybe the commute is the issue or something, or
Yeah.
time delegation or something like, you can always go for free and use all of their equipment. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll definitely probably see if I can hit you up on that.
Okay. Okay.
But I want to know because for again like you how do I put this like you wanted to talk about this. I want to know is there any ways like that like made you like what was your canon event like what made you develop personally?
Okay. I don't know if I can like pinpoint one exact time, but I feel like there's a period where I experienced the most growth, and I feel like that was during COVID
Mm.
because during COVID, like honestly, if you talked to me before and after COVID, the difference is kind of maybe night and day. I would say.
Really?
First of all, during COVID, I was bald, so
Really?
yeah, yeah. So if you went to school, I mean, yeah, if you went to school with me, like during online learning, you either would have seen me like bald,
Were
bald,
you like buzz or like bald?
bald,
Like bald?
bald. But obviously that would grow into a buzz,
Yeah.
and then that would grow into helmet hair. So there's photos out there of me bald, buzz cut, and then with like the helmet like thing going on. So yeah, but
Bald?
yeah,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. I think I have some photos on my phone that I can show you after, but
Yeah.
I'm not sending that anywhere. I'm not getting clipped, bro.
No
So,
way.
but oh yeah, so during COVID, some stuff that I don't really want to get into did happen.
Mhm.
Um, but along with that, just the whole experience, it was. I feel like, especially for our age group, right? When COVID hit, we were what 11, 12.
Yeah.
Those are. I feel like those are very formative years. Like, you always heard people in the shows saying that they're like a tween or something when they're like
Mhm.
12. They don't want to be called a kid.
Yeah.
I feel like those are very formative years for people, and I feel like when situations like that, there's a lot of time to change. Um, I think the way I conducted myself changed a lot. Before COVID, I was honestly kind of a really clingy person.
Really?
Yeah, I was like I don't know. I was a pretty clingy person. Like I would talk when I found someone that I like talking to, whether it's a friend or somebody. You
Mhm.
know, I would like I would get honestly kind of clingy, and just because I get really attached to that person. I think I
Yeah.
had attachment issues,
Um,
and they're like to a degree. Like I get really close with somebody, and then I want to talk to them all the time. And then I feel like that kind of, I wouldn't say isolation because we still had social media and stuff to
yeah.
talk to people, but I feel like not having that direct way of contact anymore kind of changed my lens
Mhm.
and helped me get less attached to people considerably, to the point where some people might even say that I have issues getting attached in the first place. So yeah, you know
That was a hefty one.
it
Damn.
was it
And I
was
appreciate that you share that. You're
hmm
comfortable sharing that. But going into like how you kind of went through like stuff. I want to know: is there any advice you could tell someone that wants to develop themselves personally, or like ways that they can help themselves?
Well, in what way? Like emotionally,
Just
or
any way that you say you could truly help someone in that situation.
well, I feel like in a general sense, I feel like there's a way to practice everything, really. Like in any aspect, like you could train yourself for different situations. Whether if you want to, I mean, there's so many things you can do to work out.
Mm-hmm.
That can help you physically, or if you're trying to, get more in touch with your spiritual side. And I honestly need this advice too, and I'm working on it
Mm-hmm.
myself. You know, there's always ways that you can practice. There's everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. It's just how you use it, right? Like,
That's a bar.
yeah. So I feel like saying you don't have time. I know there's people that genuinely don't have time,
Mm-hmm.
and I relate to that too. I do a lot of things that take up time. I feel like a lot of it is just comes down to priorities.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Oh, I
like if
see.
you don't have time to do something, that's okay. But, you know, you have to recognize that. You have to get your priorities in check, right? And if something like spirituality isn't on your priorities, right, then you're not going to make time for it. But if it is something that you prioritize, I feel like no matter what, you'll find time to do so. And as for emotional stuff, I guess maybe just, I think a good way is just getting comfortable, like, with your own thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I feel like if you get used to, you know, I guess your own mind or your own thoughts and accepting them. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like acceptance is really important for change to happen in the first place.
Okay, no, that was good.
Yeah,
I work with that.
yeah.
But since we talked about ways you can develop a person in a good way, would you say there's any negatives or like ways that you can develop in a bad way?
As in ways that I've regressed.
Yeah, or
Oh,
just in general, like or like stuff that if you feel comfortable sharing.
here let's run through it. Can you say those five again, and then I can tell you ways that I've regressed in all
So
of them.
like so five again the main ones are mental, social, spiritual, emotional, and physical.
Physically, I don't feel like I've regressed much.
Hmm.
I feel like there's still ways that I need to improve, and I'm very transparent about that. Like a lot of ways, I think I could be even more consistent. I feel like I could, be eating more, right, to help, you know, um, speed up the results that I want to see. So that's physical. I don't feel like I've regressed in that way. Spiritual, maybe a little bit. I feel like it depends on the time frame we're looking at. Because before COVID, I did go to mosque pretty often,
Oh.
and I don't really go that often anymore. But I actually went for the first time in a long time last month,
Oh.
in July. So I'm really happy that I'm getting back to that. So I feel like I regressed, but I'm back to progressing.
So it's like a
Yeah, for sure. Um, Socially, I think that's interesting. I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable talking to people now.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I'm a lot more comfortable talking to people now, but I honestly I feel like that one's a standstill. Like
it's like
I've
a
I've changed a lot as mentioned. Like I said before COVID and after COVID, like it's almost night and day like how I've behaved.
yeah.
In my opinion. Um but I feel like each one has an equal amount of pros and cons, you know, to where I am now and to where I was.
Mhm.
I feel like they each have like a pretty equal amount of things I can work on, things, I'm doing well, things I'm doing well at, and
Mhm.
things I could work on. So I would say a standstill there. Um, Emotional and what?
Physical. Oh no, you know emotional and mental. Those are the ones you haven't touched on.
Mental, I would say, I feel like I've always kind of had a similar train of thought.
Mhm.
So maybe progression, but I wouldn't say that I've regressed mentally. And I think it would actually be kind of sad if I did, because that would be like comparing 16-year-old Elias to like 11-year-old Elias. I mean, I'd hope I improved,
Yeah.
right? And then emotional, honestly, a standstill there too. I feel like things I can improve on, things I'm doing well at.
Since we talk, we talk about the negatives. I feel like what's made you seem motivated? Like even though like you had like you kind of you didn't really describe too much, but like
Yeah.
what you said, there's probably some times where you didn't feel like less motivated. How did you get back on the path of being motivated and kind of developing yourself more?
Okay, I think that's a really good question. Okay, I feel like this can apply in many different ways. Like, let's take a look. I know this isn't one of the things you're talking about, but let's take a look at academics.
Okay.
Right. For me, I think there have been times where I've arguably been burnt out. Right. Like I'm doing
Okay.
too many things. I'm tired. I don't want to do that assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to study late for that test.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I feel like the biggest motivator is the fact that I really do not want to fail. Like anything that I do, I want to. If I set a goal for myself, I want to make sure I hit that goal. And I think, for example, if I just didn't want to do that assignment, and I know, like at the end of the day, school assignments, whatever, is probably not a big, issue. Like everyone's like, oh, I don't want to do my homework. Oh, boo hoo.
Yeah.
That's not really a problem, like a huge problem.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I have a goal for myself academically, and if I don't hit that, I would feel worse than having to trudge through doing something I didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, to answer your question, and this can apply to everything, the motivation is, I guess, staying true to myself and not wanting to break promises to myself that I've made.
No, wait, no, that makes sense because frick, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna just move on. But is there ways that you kind of challenge yourself in any kind of way?
mm, yeah, I think I'm always trying to try new things, and I think that's hard for me because if you know me, and it can be to my own detriment sometimes. I can be a bit of a perfectionist.
Oh.
And obviously, when you're starting something, you fail so many times.
Yeah.
So, I guess a way that I'm challenging myself is by picking up new things and realizing that I'm picking up something and I'm just not good at it, and then learning from that and trying to do better. Because by putting myself outside of like my comfort zone, right? I feel like that itself is improvement.
Yeah. Because I feel like people kind of like underestimate even like small developments, that like you kind of like feel like less motivated because it's just so minute in the larger scheme of things.
Minute.
Is that not a word? Is that
No,
not a
no,
word?
no, no. It is. It's just I didn't expect you to say that.
Oh, I studied for the vocab test.
Yeah.
So I said test. But like
What is an altercation?
an altercation, a heated argument.
Ooh.
Sit down, pipe down. I know my stuff.
Okay, little boy. Okay, little boy.
But no, but like people feel like less motivated just because it's like they compare themselves, like as someone just starting out, and this happens to me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a victim of this. Starting yourself out and you see just small like development when you look at someone else who's probably like did it like that's doing like great in their journey, but that's only because they've been doing their journey for probably like a long time amount to like you doing it for like a week.
One thing that I like, I think that's a great point, and one thing that I like thinking about, and again, this might be a nerdy comparison or something, but okay, think about think about small changes, right? Like,
Okay.
let's say you're only getting like, let's say you start at 1, and every day you increase by like 0.01,
Okay.
right? Like getting better. Okay, if you were to like put 1 to any exponent, it's still 1. That's like doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like 1.01 and you exponent that, right? Is that a word? Exponent? Anyways, that number to an exponent, it's gonna stack up over time, and then it's gonna be way more than where you started.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I like looking at, because it's like, okay, well, if I'm just getting like this much better every day, it's still better than
yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's like so what you're saying is like even if you're improving by a little bit, you're still improving nonetheless.
Yeah, because 1, to the power of 2 is still 1, but then 1.01 to the power of 2, I don't know what that is, but
Calculators, guys.
Yeah. So, watch it just be like the most easiest problem ever. But but yeah, that's something that I like looking at for sure.
But I want to know. So obviously, you kind of described some strengths and some weakness, or you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay, what are ways that someone can identify the strength and weaknesses and improve in that? Either in the strength or weaknesses. Because a lot of people say weaknesses are like that's a downfall, But in reality,
Mhm.
you know, maybe a weakness can be something that will help you later on in life. You don't have to see it as a weakness when it truly is probably something like that's great to you.
Yeah, I think that weaknesses can just be seen as something you need to improve on. Like I think weakness, the word weak is very negative, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm bad at. I feel like it's very black and white. Like I'm good at this, I'm bad at this.
Yeah.
I feel like in every single thing, there's little subcategories to it that you're good at and that you're bad at. I think that we should just see weaknesses as like little suggestions, I guess. And I think that the way that you can recognize these things is, I mean, technically, I don't even take my own advice here. But if you were to like write everything down and look at it from an objective perspective, I feel like that might help. I don't do that, but because I'm trying to think of ways that because it's a good question. I'm trying to figure out ways that you can recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe through I think something that's really underrated is trial and error. I feel like a lot of people don't try things because they're scared that they're gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you put it into execution first, right? If you just test that idea, test that thing you wanted to try out, you'll see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's the easiest way to see results. Like you're back testing it almost.
No, because that makes sense. Because a lot of people, when with face trial and error, in the word there's error. So a lot of people obviously it's such error is such a negative word as
Mm-hmm.
error, like it's wrong, but it is kind of the like best way to like figure out what's what to do and what not to do. Just because you get to see the error, you can fix it. You try again. If there's an error again, you can fix it. Boom, and then maybe you get the real result.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So at least we have that in common as a kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mindset of stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, again, you kind of touched up on this again, but I just kind of, I guess to say again, is it like when dealt with a setback, what are ways that you can learn from it? So like basically, what you said with trial and error, like is there like another method to trial and error, like maybe, um, like another method practice, another practice that you do?
I think self-taught is another thing. Or self-talk is another thing that you could do, because like I'm not saying like you just look in the mirror and talk to yourself.
Yeah.
That's corny. But like I remember when I used to do bad at something, like I think I still do to a degree. Like I said, everybody's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Right. Um, but I think if you self-talk or address what you did wrong or what you're doing good, even if it's just to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a good method too, because I remember when I do bad at something, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm so bad at doing this. Oh, I got a D on this test. Oh, I got an
Yeah.
F on this test. I got a C, whatever. And then I'm like, well, being sad about it or complaining about it isn't gonna fix it,
Yeah, it's not gonna improve.
right? And it's not like it's my last opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes as far back, as to when I cared about grades, right?
Yeah.
Or anything. You know, I feel like I've always been conscious about how precious time is and how much time that I have to improve. And I feel like if you just realize how much potential that you have to improve on anything you want to improve on, I feel like that gives you a new perspective and a lot of more hope. Yeah.
That was a bar. No, that was a bar. But I mean, if you don't have anything else to say, I have nothing else to say. If you have any comments, any questions you want to ask,
Not really, not really.
no, we're good.
We're
All
all
right.
good.
I feel like that wraps up personal development. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to the segment of leadership and interactions. So to kind of understand what they mean, I'm gonna just give a little rundown. So leadership is the action of leading a group of people or organization, and then social interactions is the process of influence exercised by individuals over one another during like a social interaction or conversation. So just to kind of like follow this up, um, do you believe like first impressions matter? Like, what do they mean to you?
I think first impressions are like important, but I feel like they aren't, all that matters. If I do make a bad first impression, I feel like I'm very, like, aware of that. Um, I'm the type of person where I'll do something, and the next moment after I'll realize what I did, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
So like especially in conversations, like sometimes if I don't know the person well, I can be pretty awkward in a conversation, and I can admit that. So I'll like say something and I realize it comes across as awkward, and I'm like,
Nice.
why'd I do that? So I think that first impressions and the way you interact as a whole, I think it definitely matters on how you're perceived. I saw this interesting video like the other day, actually a while ago, and it made me think. Every single person sees you differently. You
That's
see
true.
yourself differently. That one person that you had an interaction with one time, you could have been having a bad day. Now their perception of you is that you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Or you might have just said a funny joke one time, and then that person just only met you one time, and now they think you're a funny guy. You exist differently in everyone's head, essentially. So I think that first impressions are important, especially if you might not be talking to that person
like every day.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how I would put it too. It's like, it's like it's good to have it, but it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But going into again, social awareness and leadership, I wanted to ask you this question: why is it important to have a good social awareness in leadership? Like when leading someone or taking the leadership role, why is it to have social awareness?
I think that's a great question. So I think that social awareness is important even outside of the leadership setting, but especially there, because you have to think, like, why would this person even want to listen to you if you're not coming across effectively?
Yeah.
Right? You got to put yourself in the shoes of the people you are actually giving orders to, because I know sometimes I'm actually guilty of this, because under stress I might become a little bit more, I guess, assertive is the best way to put it. But why would someone want to listen to you if you're not being nice to them?
Yeah.
Right? Or because I'm thinking, if this dude is saying something that I didn't appreciate, right? I don't want to help you out.
Like I don't. Yeah. I can see that.
So even beyond leadership, I think social awareness is important, because you have to realize that I think if whether anyone wants to admit it or not, I think everyone cares to a degree about how people see them, whether that's physically or mentally or both. I think for most people it's both, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not aware of how other people see you, I feel like that makes you susceptible to not coming across as how you want to. Yeah.
No, that's an interesting one. At least like you kind of mentioned how it goes beyond leadership. It goes into just even social interactions in itself. So, again on the topic of social awareness, do you think body language plays a role in like communicating with someone or kind of having a conversation in any way, especially in leadership?
I think so, and I think the best way to look at it is honestly take it back to presentations. If you're just stiff, if you seem uninterested, I think body language and vocal inflection kind of go together, because I know people say that I have like a monotone and stuff, and I recognize that I can have a monotone, right? But I feel, in my opinion, I think that body language and the way you say your words, because think about this. I remember we were playing that once, right, about saying hello.
Oh yeah.
And that like,
were you picked?
No, I was thinking about volunteering though, because I want that homework pass. But and I probably would have done bad at that. So the way you say something matters so much, and I think the way that you hold yourself matters a lot too. Like if you have a slouch back when you go up to someone, you might come off as nervous, whereas if you walk up to them with good posture, you might seem more confident in what you're saying. And I think hand gestures also make you seem a lot more interested in what you're saying. And honestly, I've been doing a ton of hand gestures like this whole time.
No, I've been too. It's all right.
I just have my hands on my knees and I'm just like,
just going.
Yeah. So yeah, I think body language, basically, almost physically enunciates like what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like that also adds on to like being like socially like aware or like socially like at least like understanding, because like when you're like moving your hands like this, at least what you're saying, like what's going on.
Right.
And like that's why again, in going back to COVID, even you getting rid of that face to face thing, you kind of it's kind of like what's going on, like, 'cause you don't know if they're interested, you don't know if they're like interested in the conversation, you don't know how they feel about the conversation. Either if I'm in person with you, I can see in your like face, or you feel like kind of like nervous or scared or like even happy or excited. You know.
Yeah, and I think that there's ways to change how others interpret you, even like digitally. Like I feel like the way people text can even say something. Like, for example, you know when someone like uses like capital letters, like they have
Oh,
auto
like
caps on.
like the
I feel
yelling.
like you seem more like, I guess, more mature. In some sense, it depends on what you use. Like if somebody was talking to me and they had auto caps on, like I don't know how to explain it. It's just something that like I guess
It
I
like goes in your head.
yeah like I just take note of it. I'm like, okay,
Is that aura?
I don't know if it's aura, but it definitely does make me think, oh, okay, maybe this person, you know, carries themselves more, you know, seriously. I know it's not true of everybody, but yeah.
That makes sense. So again, I just want to know, like, do you think there's any positives or negatives to like having a social interaction? Because like again, going back, like having a bad first impression, that is you could, or no, I would say is a negative, not a positive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just an example. If you have anything,
Yeah, I think that some interactions just shouldn't happen, honestly. like like sometimes I'll go out of school and I feel like I'm a very reflective person, even if I don't like portray that. Like I'll sit there at the end of the day and I'll be like, okay, that happened, and that happened.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll kind of be like, I wish that didn't happen. I wish I didn't speak to so and so. I wish I didn't say that to so and so. So just really small stuff. Or I mean, I don't really deal with this anymore, but sometimes I remember when I was younger, I'd raise my hand to say something in class, and if I messed up, I'd go home and I'd be like, why did I
do that?
why did I even try?
Yeah.
But so in a sense, I think that there's some things that shouldn't happen, but I also remind myself that I think that there's things that you can learn from everything you do, because okay, you messed up there, but now you know that there's something that you have to work on. Yeah.
Trial and error, guys. Trial and error. Is there any? So again, this is again social. Is there any like good social norms that people that should follow?
Like manners?
Yeah.
I think it's social norms. So manners, I think it's different, especially with people in our age group. Like I would address you differently than I would address your parents.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess I'll just say it for like communicating with people of our age. I don't think that anyone should have to like fake how they feel. Like if you're not having like a bad, I mean, if you're having a bad time, don't
Don't say that.
don't, like I'm not saying you should hide it, and please don't, right? Because then you're just being inauthentic to yourself, and you're being objectively fake. So I feel like people should be themselves, but if they are in a bad mood, I feel like if someone's still being nice to you, or someone's just trying their best, I think that's important that you recognize that, and even if you don't want to like speak to them, at least be courteous.
Yeah.
I think it all go like, listen, it's no secret that not everyone is gonna like everyone, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people at the school that you don't like. There's people I don't like, and there's people you don't like, right?
We'll talk to them.
Yep, fourth wall. But but even if you don't like that person, and yeah, sometimes it's obvious. Like I know there's some people that people know I don't like, right? Based off maybe some facial expressions I might make in a classroom. but and I admit I have to work on that, because I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of funny. I'm sorry, it's kind of funny. But it's not necessarily appropriate, and I recognize that.
Yeah.
But at the very least, at least be respectful when talking to them. Like I feel like everyone has at least something that they can add to a conversation, an interesting insight at the very least. Like don't completely ignore them. You Even if you don't like what they say, even if you don't want to know what they have to say, you could at least acknowledge it. Yeah, that's my take on that.
No, that was good. That's a good take. And then leading that into again a leadership type of way, using those methods. How could someone use those methods and use it in a more leadership role?
So you're saying using manners when leading?
Yeah. Sounds like a stupid question.
No, not at all.
No, just like using like, like the social norms that you described, like, at least taking them into account, acknowledging
Oh,
them,
yeah,
and then
yeah, for sure, I understand. So, and again, I'm guilty of this too. So, and this is actually something that I really have to work on. Um, realizing that taking my own advice, really, I need to take my own advice. Realizing that everyone has something good to contribute, right? You have to realize that, oh, wait, maybe my idea isn't the right idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this person has something that they can add on to the betterment or success of whatever project we're trying to do, right? So I do think that taking in social norms, manners, and things of that nature are really important to leading, because I think if you don't, you're objectively a bad leader. Yeah.
Okay, I just like to kind of understand, like, so I would consider that yourself as like a leader or more leadership role, because I mean, again, like we said before, we're in a project group, and I would, I think everyone in that project could agree that you took that leadership role into account. Well, obviously, it's not a bad thing. Obviously, it's just like you're saying that you kind of did, step up, and that's why I was kind of interested into when you said you wanted to talk about leadership, because it makes sense. So knowing like what type of like obviously that you're more a leader. What does it mean to be a leader to you? Like, what would you say means to like be a leader?
Like a definition or words that I would say are associated with.
Both.
Okay, let's start with words because I feel like that's kind of easier.
Yeah.
I think confidence is important. I know there's been like a lot of times where I've just doubted myself and my own abilities, but just touch my mic, my bad.
No, you're good.
I know there's been times where I've doubted my abilities, but I know that if people are looking to you to, bring everybody to, I guess, a better situation, I'm not saying you should hide those doubts. You should probably express them, but I think the way that you carry yourself, as in confidence, is pretty important to, how people are going to listen to you. So, confidence, right? I think creativity is important because, if you can't bring people's ideas or even your own ideas into a physical or digital or whatever thing you're doing, manifestation, I guess, you're kind of, in my opinion, you're kind of lost, right? Because how are you gonna make it cohesive? Communication, I think that's an obvious one. You gotta be good at talking to your peers, and taking the advice of others, or listening to their contributions. So that's 3. I think being decisive is probably a really important one, because I know there's so many people, and I know I kind of do this too sometimes. It's just usually when it comes to like questions like, what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of people that are just willing to go with whatever, or they're like, I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I am when I get asked like what I want to eat. Honestly.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, but people are gonna look to you, right? Whether you want them to or not, or if you decided to be the leader or not, people are gonna naturally look to you if you put yourself in that position. And if you're not the one to make firm decisions, I feel like that's kind of just like going in circles.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I feel like as a leader, you need to be able to, be decisive to like understand like who's gonna do what, and make the hard decisions. Going into that, I want to know what type of leader you are, because again, like I like basketball, so I kind of use like basketball kind of terms. So like, are you more like a ball hog? So like you're kind of like you want to do more of the work. You kind of like you want to do more of the work, or are you kind of like more like pass first type of guy, where you want people to do their thing and then you help them with that, or are you more like a stat pattern type of guy, where you just like you do everything just so it makes you look good?
Okay, I would say that
there's probably multiple like ways to do it. I feel like those are the ones I deciphered.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly do think that I mean I fall into one of them. Whether I want to admit it or not,
Mhm.
I think I objectively can be, as you'd say, a ball hog. Okay, and I don't.
Sorry, I don't know
No,
why I'm
no,
laughing. I
it's
don't know
all.
why I'm laughing.
I think it's because you put it that way, bro.
Sorry,
But
ball dominant. There you go.
that's worse.
Ball hog means like okay, whatever.
No, no, no. It just sounds bad, bro. But
Oh.
but I think I can be, the ball hog. I'm not
Yeah.
saying ball dominant, bro. I am not saying that. Um, I don't. I wish I wasn't. That's why I try to put myself in situations where I can rely on.
Mhm.
No, I know I can rely on somebody to do good, because that way I feel like I don't have to, be some annoying, you know, like just really controlling
Yeah.
person. Because I don't want to do that.
Mhm.
I think I've done that before. I think I could do it again,
Mhm.
but I don't want to do that. I want to be in a situation where I can rely on people to do what we need to do without having to be controlling. But I feel like I've been in situations where I can't rely on that.
Mhm.
And because of that, because I trust my own judgment, I just end up,
Doing the work.
yeah. And, I guess that could be bad because I know where that could come off as,
Selfish.
someone who's too
Yeah.
controlling or something. But and I know there's actually been people that have said that I'm cocky because of that, or I'm
Hockey is
egotistic,
crazy.
or I'm egotistical because of that.
Damn.
And if I'm being honest, right, I do see some legitimacy to that,
Mhm.
but I don't fault myself for it. I know I can improve on it,
Mhm.
but I think it's natural to trust your judgment because you know yourself the
Yeah.
best, right? I don't know how, I was just gonna say a name, but I realized that, I was gonna say Johnny, like, but I realized somebody at the school is named Johnny. But I don't know how John is gonna perform, but I know what I've done in my past,
Mhm.
and I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
So naturally, I feel like it's easy to trust myself and what I'm gonna get done compared to whatever John's gonna do.
Yeah.
And I know I need to work on delegating more or trusting more,
Mhm.
but it's really just my go-to. And in the end, I mean, we all end up kind of getting a good grade.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know because I bring that up because like how to put this in a nice way. Like I would say that you're more ball
yeah,
hog,
uh-huh.
because obviously I want to say like there's good and bad too, but I get it
Hmm.
because I understand like you want to do because this is something I respected about you is because your work ethic.
Yeah,
You do whatever it takes to get it done and do it good and do it well, not just to like make yourself look good. It's just to do it for the team.
hmm,
Someone has to make the sacrifices and you're willing to do it. So because I noticed that when thinking about like just to bring it up like the instrument project,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
noticed that because you knew that you know what to do and you know how to get it done, and obviously like we offered to help you, and then again your option to like how like to accept that, but I understand like why
yeah,
you wouldn't, just because you know exactly what you're doing plan for plan,
yeah,
and at the end of the day you got
hmm,
100, so
yeah,
you can't really put blame on you. It's just
yeah. No,
just
no, no,
something now.
completely, man. I know it's something that I gotta work on. It's been successful for me,
Mhm.
but I know that, and this actually ties back into how others perceive you, because by being, a ball hog, right? That by being a ball hog,
Uh-huh.
people are gonna perceive you that way.
Yeah.
Like you, even though you didn't mean it in a mean way, and I didn't take it as a mean
Yeah.
way, you perceive me as one too, right?
Mhm.
And I perceive myself as one as well.
Mhm.
So the way that you lead, like in the situation that you just put me in, people are gonna view you that way, and I recognize that for sure.
I mean, again, it's something like you can recognize it as something good, as in
Hmm.
a way, just because
Yeah.
it's like yourself, yourself the best,
Hmm.
and you know that you're gonna get it done and do it, to your best ability.
Yeah.
So if you like, again, going back, if you, again, I'll use the basketball example just because like it makes the most sense for me, at
Sure.
least. If you
Yeah.
take a look at Kobe, Kobe, he was known as a ball hog, and look what he
Uh
did.
huh.
5 rings. What can you say about that?
Yeah.
So is Elias Kobe? Let me know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
But again, I want to know this again, going back to being leadership. What makes a good leader to you? What would you say is a good leader?
I'm gonna tie it back into the definition I gave because the definition is what I think makes a leader, and I think that if you're a good leader, then you're the definition of one. Even though I think
Ooh,
that you know there's some unconventional ones, right?
yeah,
But again, I think I said what? Communication,
decisive,
decisiveness, confidence, and
No, you said
creativity.
okay.
I think if someone has those four attributes, and if they're just, I'll add one, respectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I could have, here's what I'll say. Even though I had some occasional moments where I was a crash out, right? Like, I think if you talk to most people that I've been in groups with, I don't think any of them would call me disrespectful. They might they
No, that's
might
true.
they might call me controlling, they might call me this, they might call me that, they might call me that, but I don't think that disrespectful will come up,
Mhm.
right?
No,
Because
I don't think you're just. I just was like, as a crash out.
yeah. So I know that there's been times where maybe, just maybe, I might say something, but just stop.
No.
But respectful, because look, if someone is not being respectful to you, you know, I don't wanna listen to you.
Yeah.
Listen, a leader can't be a leader without their team,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're a teammate and or somebody who is working
Mm-hmm.
alongside that person who takes up that leadership position.
Mm-hmm.
I think because if I was somebody who was trying to, I guess, listen to somebody who took up a leadership position, I wouldn't want to listen to them if they were like saying mean things
Yeah.
to me. Because at the end of the day, if I know that they can't complete it without having people to help them,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna help you.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna do bad. Because like I said, a leader can't lead well without their teammates. So if their teammates don't help them,
Yeah.
the leader is nothing. So yeah.
That's true. Um. Again, to how like where since I guess you could kind of say if you're like the more leadership role or more leader of the group, obviously, what are some strategies you can manage to like no what are some strategies that you can use or you use actively to manage conflicts like in like a team setting,
Like disagreements or just
anything,
like,
just like disagreements, like arguments, stuff like that.
honestly, I think I've been fortunate enough to not have to really having a full argument with people that I've worked with.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if there is conflict, I know it's really cliche, but just reach a consensus. It's easier said than done, especially if two people are really strongly in favor of what they're doing and if they think that it's correct.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you look at it from an objective angle, take the best from both worlds, I think you can create something really good.
That was no that makes sense. Okay, then um you actually said that both. I want to know. So after failures, what inspires you to keep going like, as a leader? Because as a leader, you're gonna take on a lot of the blame and a lot of the
Okay.
hate. So is there ways that you kind of just like manage like to manage to stay confident and stay true to yourself?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know if I can bring up a situation that actually fits what you just asked perfectly.
If you
Just
if you
because,
leave out names, then yeah.
no, I don't,
Oh,
because it's kind of obvious.
oh okay.
But I understand when you're put into a leadership position and then you're blamed when something happens, right?
I'll give you a hug after this.
So so um, I, I've experienced it,
Mhm.
and I think it's looking at it objectively, and then for me, I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe that's bias,
Mhm.
but again, just being confident in knowing that what you did was the best thing you could have done. Because I think a lot of people will be blamed for something, they take that blame, they don't think about it from their own perspective, and they just think, oh, well, oh, wow, that person, they think of me that way, that must be true.
Yeah.
You know, if you are positive that what you did was the best thing you could have done, you know, for me, I don't think that there's a reason to stop doing what you're doing. But you also have to be real enough to recognize that, wait, maybe I did do that wrong.
Mhm.
And maybe that person is right. And maybe I do need to work on that. And I think that's a good way to either continue going the way you were,
Mhm.
or take into account what you were told to improve on, and then do better.
Dang. Okay, that's a bar. I don't know. Are there ways that you can give advice to someone that wants to lead effectively? So like, how could someone like lead? Again, you couldn't describe your definition again. You can just
Mhm.
restate it if you want.
Advice. I'm gonna take it back to trial and error. I think that you
Alright.
need to put yourself in a position where, and it's a bit of a gamble because people might not want to put the faith into you. But if you put yourself in a position where people do have to put faith into you, even if you fail, like, trust me, like, when you're put into a leadership position and you do bad for the whole team, it's one of the worst feelings. Because now you didn't just do bad for yourself, you did bad for the whole team. And I know people who don't do good work when they're working by themselves, but then when they're working in group settings, they work to the best of their abilities because they don't want to drag a group down. And that's something that I respect. So even if you did drag the group down, that level of embarrassment or disappointment, right? I think that's enough motivation for you to work and do better the next time, for sure.
Like trial and error, so recognizing that stuff and working way through it. All right, to like wrap things up and like finally get the last question out. What are impacts? What impact does leaders' social behavior have on a team's morale and motivation?
I think that's a good question. So this goes back to the thing that I said about confidence, right? If you're doubting yourself, even if you might, it's natural to doubt yourself. Like, there's been times where I'll do something and I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is good, but I know everyone's, or like, people might be looking at me to, to do good, right? So the way I see it is, if you're portraying that doubt, it's important to be honest about that doubt. But if you're just always doubting your own abilities, that's naturally not only gonna bring everyone else down, but at that point, people won't even look at you like a leader, if I'm being honest. Like, imagine if you did something and you honestly just said, guys, I don't know if this is good, or, guys, I think we're going to fail, guys, whatever. Like, people are going to get sick of you. People are not going to want to listen to you. You saying that it's bad might make people think that it's bad, right? So I think that the way you conduct yourself and the way you express ideas, the way you talk about other people's ideas, the way that you do all these things, I think it really affects not only the, I guess, mood that your group members might have, but even if they would consider you a leader in the first place. So yeah.
No, because that's true. Because if you're lacking confidence and and you're so negative, that's gonna affect the people around you. Because as a leader, respectively, people are gonna look up to you, especially for like support and like this and that. And when you're so like negative and so like unpositive about how things are going, and you don't feel confident in like your work, like you said, like, guys, this is like terrible. I think we're gonna fail. Everyone around you can be like, bro, what? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So
especially if those people have confidence in themselves, because you don't have to be I mean, you don't. If you're confident, that doesn't I can't speak. Automatically make you a leader, right? Or being decisive doesn't automatically make you a leader. So someone can be confident and not, be the objective leader of something. So what if that person is confident in what they did, and then the leader's like, oh, I don't know if that's good. That person's gonna be like, what do you mean?
what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then that's just gonna question if that person even knows what they're talking about, right? So yeah.
All right, so I mean, that was the last question I got. Unless you want to say something,
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's it.
Yes,
No more
sir.
comments. All right, that was Garcia Talks. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that follow button. Let's go
Now!